Oh, hello, 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 hello. It is indeed Tano Tuesday. The finale is roughly 39 minutes away, maybe 38. Hope you all are doing well today. Have had a good weekend. It is indeed Tano Tuesday. And it is time to talk about predictions for episode 8. Tonight, this is the finale, guys. Sucks because, this first season was a really fun season. Um, and I really can't wait to see what tonight holds for us. I really can't wait. I'm hearing that it's, 40 plus minutes long, roughly 46 in total. That's without the credits. Um, so, we will see how that goes for tonight. I am hopeful that we get some key answers about Balin and what he's searching for. I kind of feel like I've been talking about, I kind of feel like Sabine's going to finally use the Force. We'll talk about that too. We all do indeed know that for a fact that that Thrawn is indeed going to get off of Peridia, head back to the original galaxy to definitely look to take control of the Empire. That is something that many of us fans, feel is going to occur tonight. So, those are just a few things that we would definitely be looking to discuss. Hope you all had a good weekend, safe weekend, humbling weekend. Hope that your week so far is going smoothly for you all, and you and your family. But again, it is Tano Tuesday. After this, we don't have anything Star Wars related. Good thing that the writer strike, at least for the writers, that has been definitely done. That's taken care of. We just have the other side, I believe, with the actors. I think that is the one we're really waiting on. But at least the writers can get back to doing what they love and look to continue with getting ready to pour back into this Star Wars content that technically a few things were more than likely supposed to come out this year that has been pushed back to next year. But, with that, we just have to be patient and wait. But definitely, guys, we still have so much stuff still to cover here on the channel as far as Star Wars, as far as like Andor and the Ahsoka series, the film for Heir to the Empire. That's what many of us believe is going to be the title. And that is something that I too can't wait. Key question though, for sure, is will there be a second season? That's something that I'm hearing is occurring right now. But at the same time, I'm taking it with a grain of salt just because we only gain information on this season and the film. We didn't hear anything about the season 2, but I wouldn't mind taking the season 2. But that's what I've heard, that we are going to get a season 2 of the Ahsoka series. So, yeah. We will see what happens with everything. Hopefully they'll make an announcement for either season 2 or the film or both. Either way, I'll take it. But some interesting things that I've had conversations with my couple of Thrawn groups. I have 2 Thrawn groups that I'm in a mid for on social media. We have group chats that I'm in a mid for both group chats. Shout out to them. If you're on social media, go look up Star Wars Grand Admiral Thrawn group page and Thrawn Ascendancy group page. Those are the ones that I'm in the mid for. I've had some interesting conversations with the members of both of those groups, that we are definitely speculative, wondering and curious. I mean, again, like the main thing that many of us are talking about is that Thrawn is going to escape, but how is he going to escape? There's more than likely going to be fighting. More than likely, I feel personally that Baylan and Ahsoka may fight again. Shin may get involved. Baylan will lose, but he won't get taken out. He's going to survive tonight. But at the same time, before even that even occurs, we're going to find out about what Baylan has been searching for. That is like key for me, just because he is like literally my top, besides my Grand Admiral, of course, but he has been like my top favorite character throughout this entire show, since episode 1. And we haven't really gained any real key information, not that much, when it's pertaining to what he really is longing to search for. Baylan has been really talking about, and like, once again, I'm shocked about it. I did a video here on the channel where I talked about it, where I said I'm still shocked that Baylan let Shin go, to be with Thrawn and his empire to come. But I still feel like she is going to more than likely turn her back on him, and Thrawn, and possibly join Ahsoka and crew. But at the same time, I'm still shocked that he let her go, because I was thinking that, like I said in my video where I said that maybe more than likely they're going to get to wherever they're going to get to, a ruin, a temple, or whatever on Peridia. They're going to find this power, and she's going to be able to actually believe what he's been talking about, because she has to technically see it. Because Baylan's so in tune with the Force, Shin can't, she's not. She hasn't been, she's not a Padawan from the temple, but she's technically still his Padawan, right? And he has been he literally told her too, like, you weren't a Padawan, you weren't trained in the Jedi, but I trained you to be something more. And it still is in line with how he functions and operates, and how he moves and flows when it's pertaining to the Force, and what he's searching for, what he's hearing, what he's feeling through the Force, what he's searching for. He is longing for some type of power that many of us is possibly thinking that it's something to do with Abeloth, with Kujit, with some deities, some powerful Force, something. And we sort of got some information in episode 6, possibly, again, it's possible, per what was at that castle, with the hieroglyphics and stuff. But Baylan does indeed, I feel like he will find this place, gain this power, possibly try to use it against Ahsoka. He's probably still going to lose, but he's not. He's going to survive. And then I feel like his character was supposed to be slated to be a continuation in, say, if there's a season 2. For season 2, if there's a movie, he would be in the film too. But I'm hopeful that an author out there is already writing some stories for a book or a comic book or both, something for his character to be able to flesh out more, and be able to gain what kind of a character that he was, say, in the Jedi Order before he left it, and even after the Ahsoka series. So that's my hope. And with that, this is what I'm thinking and feeling is going to occur with Baylan, with Shin, for this finale. But then 2, I'm also believing that because Sabine was heavily a focal point, at the beginning of the show, where we talked about her being Force sensitive. I mean, they really drove it in episode 3, if I remember correctly. I think it was episode 3, maybe even 4. But they really drove it home about Sabine being Force sensitive. And to me, there's just, even so, some folks can even think that, like, yeah, she has been attempting, they've been talking about it, but nothing has occurred. I mean, she did use the Force once in her first fight against Shin, back on Cetos. It did happen, but let's see if that's the one. And let me grab, say, back on episode 4 when she fought Shin. Give me a second. There it is. When she technically used the Force here. My initial thoughts were, and of course, I was one of the fans like, well, she's not Force sensitive. She can't be because she wasn't in Rebels, but it's the fact that you have to remember what Kanan said. I did a video on that where it talked about, she's been blocked from the Force. The living Force lives through every living being. It exists in every living being. And since Sabine is a living being, she technically can use the Force, but the Force will only allow you to really exuberate, to really show that you're a Force user if your will is really strong. Technically, Sabine's will hasn't been strong, like, really at all. So she just hasn't been able to really use it. But here, specifically in episode 4, she did against Shin. Shin got slightly nudged or shoved, but that was about it. So that's why I'm saying, like, tonight will be the night that Sabine uses the Force, because something traumatic is going to happen, and more than likely is going to push her will past its limit, and she's going to use the Force tonight. That's what I believe is going to occur. So, we we just have to prepare for that, and many of us will accept it, many of us won't. She will just be another Mandalorian Force user within the history of Star Wars, and we'll see if she gets stronger and better as a fighter and stuff like that, and as a Force user moving forward, say in the second season or in the movie or both. One of the things that I do want to say, because I was supposed to do a video on this, was talking about Zeb. But one of the things that I definitely mentioned in the stream was that I was upset that they hadn't mentioned Kanan or Zeb, in the show. And then they showed the picture, and then they ended up saying Kanan's name in episode 6. Maybe even 5, but then they finally said something about Zeb last week in episode 7, that he's off training new recruits, so he more than likely possibly won't be in this show, and that sucks, because I feel like he should have been here with the crew, should have made a call, like Harris should have made a call or something to have him come along. But as always, we know and realize that it's costly for CGI, stuff like that. Maybe they just didn't want to spend the money. But at the same time, I wish they did, because Zeb is a part of the crew. He should have been in the show. But, that it is what it is. And everybody else, they should have just coughed up that money and put Zeb in the show, even if it's just a couple episodes. At least, because I feel like, not just the reunion with him and Sabine, with Ezra and Sabine, but the reunion with Ezra and Zeb would have been heartwarming, just being honest. So I feel like, if anything, if we do get Zeb, it's going to be in the second season or the film. So that's that. Will we see the New Republic again? Possibly, maybe. I don't really think that Leia will be in the show. I kind of feel like they'll maybe possibly throw her in because they brought her up twice in the show over the past 3 weeks. They finally name dropped her in last week's episode with C-3PO. But I don't think she'll be in this finale. If she is, cool, great. But the one thing that's been floating around the past like week, I don't have anything image-wise, but I'll at least talk about this one thing. And my buddy Elliot over on my one of my Thrawn group brought this up in the TikTok, but I had already heard about it even prior to him sharing the TikTok with the group. Is that somebody had mentioned, is Luke gonna be in the show in this finale? I mean, he is around technically, but would he pop up? Possibly. There is a chance that Luke could possibly show up here in the finale, but more so at the end, during the final battle with Thrawn, where the group definitely is going to lose because Thrawn has to escape. But Luke has a chance to show up here in tonight's finale. And, you know, that happens, that will be an interesting sight to see. Because I kind of feel like Luke possibly could still show up in the show. But somebody, you know, because my buddy Elliot shared that they were talking about in this TikTok, they were talking about how in last week's episode, Thrawn had the conversation with Morgan. He had asked her, like, he had said, like, Anakin Skywalker was Ahsoka's master, blah, blah, blah. And then he says the line of, was Ahsoka's ship the only ship coming? And they're questioning, wondering, like, maybe Thrawn was thinking, like, oh, he probably had information on Anakin, probably had information on Anakin's son, Luke. But at the same time, that's why I'm saying maybe possibly Luke could show up, maybe he possibly doesn't. Maybe Thrawn was just another one of the few people that knew about Luke. But at the same time, that's still a bit of a stretch. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, possibly could happen, possibly might not really happen. Maybe Thrawn wasn't thinking about that because maybe Thrawn doesn't know about Luke, or Leia. So, you know, being Anakin's kids. So yeah, that's what that TikTok was talking about earlier that I looked at. So yeah, maybe, possibly. So we have about 21 minutes left before the show arrives for the episode. Because that's the other thing too. Is somebody gonna get stuck on Peridian? And I feel like it's gonna be either Ahsoka, Ezra, or Sabine. One of those three I feel like is gonna get left behind, can't leave type of thing. That's where the cliffhanger hangs, because we're gonna have a cliffhanger in the episode. This is what I'm talking about, to where I feel like somebody's gonna get left behind. I feel like nobody's gonna get taken out. I feel like nobody's gonna, lose their life tonight. But I feel like somebody's gonna get left behind. Tosif Flafel, how are you? The episode drops in 20 minutes. Once this stream ends, I'm gonna prep to get ready to watch the episode and do my recording the episode, and then do my recordings tonight before bed. Put my 2 videos out for the week. So what was I talking about? Yeah, I feel like somebody's gonna get left behind. There's gonna be a cliffhanger because Thrawn's gonna leave. I don't feel like the good guys are gonna stay on Peridia. At least most of them. I feel like most of them are gonna be able to get out. I feel like they're gonna use Ezra to gain, to call the Purrgil to come back and help them. So no, I don't. Like I said about maybe 7 minutes ago, I feel like Baylan is still gonna be in around. Maybe not possibly in live action form moving forward because Ray did pass away. They could always definitely recast him. I kind of feel like they should, but Ray really nailed this Balin Skull character. But I feel like Balin is going to survive, and we'll get more stuff from his character from an author in a book or a comic book or both. I will gladly take all of that. But a recast, I wouldn't mind, as long as you get the right person to play the character, who can at least attempt to capture that same essence of Balin Skull that Mr. Stevenson did before he, unfortunately left this earth. So that's what I'm thinking as far as that cliffhanger at the end. I feel like somebody's gonna get left behind. It's either Ahsoka, Ezra, or Sabine. I kind of feel like it would be Sabine, but at the same time, I also kind of feel like it's gonna be Ezra, even though he's been here this long for 10 years. I feel like it's better that he leaves with most of the good guys, Ahsoka and whomever else, Chopper and Hera and all of that. So, well, Hera is not even there. I don't know why I brought up Hera, or Chopper, but yeah, that's why I'm saying Ezra's going to be a key part of this finale to be able to call the Purgle back to help them get off. But kind of feel like Sabine or Ezra's going to get left behind. Maybe Ahsoka. And Thrawn escapes, and I'm hopeful that we'll see him arriving back, and maybe him and Pelion have a conversation at the tail end of this episode. Maybe even Gideon too. Maybe even him popping up with the Shadow Council. Maybe we'll see the Shadow Council. Maybe. So that's what I'm saying. Excuse me. I'm trying to clear my throat. So Balin gains that power. Because again, I'm still shocked that he let go of Shin. I was really hopeful that they would have wrote this all the way out. Because there was already people thinking that, even myself were thinking that she was going to turn her back on him. And it still more than likely will happen. Because she just wasn't seeing the vision that Balin was seeing, hearing, feeling through the Force. So we're going to see whatever temporal ruin in this finale. We're going to see Balin gain this power, whatever, from whatever deity, whatever the case. Could be Abeloth, could be Kuja, could be something totally different. But I'm also hearing that there's possibly something greater of a threat besides Thrawn that's coming. That's what I talked about in my video from yesterday when it's pertaining to what Ahsoka said, because we did get the dialogue with Anakin for the training that Ahsoka was doing last week. We got that dialogue in the show, and I talked about that in the video prior to that happening. And like I said in yesterday's video with Ahsoka, where she had talked about like there's something coming, something dark, that probably more than likely going to get that dialogue in tonight's episode, in the finale, where she talks about that, and that's more so towards the end of the episode. And it's not pertaining to Thrawn, it's pertaining to something else. So I feel like that's going to happen too. I definitely don't want to forget that. This is why I need to write notes and stuff. I don't write notes. I just go off what's going on the top of my brain. Even when I do my videos, I don't have a script. I just say whatever is on my brain. A lot of times I'm repeating myself or stuttering and stuff. So it's just constant work of getting better as a content creator. But I am definitely hopeful that we will see that dialogue, hear it, and everything when it's pertaining to what Ahsoka said tonight. And of course, like I said, I feel like the main, besides Thrawn, my Grand Admiral leaving Peridia, leaving this galaxy to go back and take control of the Empire. I do kind of think that may be possible. We'll see the Shadow Council in tonight's episode with Thrawn popping up with Pelion and stuff like that and proving them, and even including maybe even a New Republic. Maybe he'll pop up and make an announcement where the New Republic sees him physically to say, okay, they were right, Hera was right. Ooh, that came out of nowhere. Excuse me. You know, now the New Republic will say, like, oh, you were right. Like, we didn't believe you. You know, especially, you know, Ziono, the bum. I feel like he's a plant. I feel like, you know, maybe this will occur in tonight's finale. We shall see. So we have roughly about 12 episodes. I wish it was like 10 episodes, to be honest. Maybe they'll look to do that. Maybe they'll look to give us 10 episodes moving forward. Maybe like the Acolyte, maybe Skeleton Crew. You know, we already get 12 episodes of season 2 of Andor. So maybe they'll look to give us 10 plus episodes in Star Wars content moving forward. 6 episodes, 8 episodes, just not. It really isn't enough. It's not. You know, you need that 9th and 10th episode, to be honest. A little bit more. Because somebody did talk about that, where they were saying, you know, gone are the days where we had TV shows and stuff where seasons ran for 20 plus episodes. You know what I mean? So, but at that time, if I remember correctly, a lot of those shows were only lasting, you know, the episodes were only lasting like a half hour. But it just depended on the show, because other shows definitely did last longer than that, but when it's pertaining to the episodes. But a lot of, you know, there were several shows that lasted for like a half hour type of thing. But like I said, maybe we'll get that. But we're 12 minutes away, guys. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Only have one person pop in, which is fine. But those are my thoughts. Balin's going to gain the power. He's going to gain whatever power, strength, or whatever. And he is going to do whatever he's going to do next. I'm curious about that. But I feel like we're going to finally do that. Shin, you know, Balin and Ahsoka might fight one more time. Shin's going to come in, act like she's going to help, turn on him, join Ahsoka and crew. Most of them leave. Ahsoka, Sabine, or Ezra, more so Sabine or Ezra, is going to get left behind. Thrawn's going to win. Enoch's still going to be masked. I feel like Enoch is not going to take his mask off. And Thrawn's going to escape. They use Ezra to call the Purgles. They get mostly everybody in out of that galaxy. Except for, like I said, it's probably going to be between Sabine and Ezra. But I'm still sort of kind of leaning towards Ahsoka. One of those three are going to get left behind. And we get Thrawn appearing before both the Shadow Council and New Republic to say, hey, I'm here. What y'all gonna do about it? Nothing. Time for me to take control of the Empire. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling is gonna happen tonight. As well as Ahsoka, per what she said in the trailers from months ago, where she said something's coming from the dark. That's not pertaining to Thrawn. It's gonna be something else. That's, you know, potentially more dangerous than Thrawn. So all of this, I feel like it's gonna happen tonight. And like I said, maybe, but I doubt it. Really, really doubt it. But maybe Luke shows up, and I doubt it. Maybe Leia gets name dropped again or shows up. But so we'll see about that. But those are my predictions, guys. After the stream goes off, let me know yours in the comments below. Let's talk about some things. I'm ready. We're roughly just shy of 8 minutes away. I'm getting out of here, so I can get ready to prepare to record the episode and then prepare to do my videos for tomorrow and Thursday, and then come home after work tomorrow to do another video for Friday. be on the lookout for an Andor video. I was supposed to do something for season 2. That's still gonna come. It's probably not gonna come until Saturday, but I'm gonna work on this Andor video that hopefully won't get blocked. I did this recording just before the stream, specifically pertaining to Andor, that I'm hopeful won't get blocked. So I don't have to do any real editing or anything like that, and it'll go through. We'll see what happens. But with that, I'm out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening and night. Stay safe, stay humble. Let's enjoy this finale. Let's get prepared to talk about this finale and season 1 in preparation for possible season 2, and most definitely Filoni's film, Heir to the Empire film, if that's truly the title. Let's make it happen, guys. I can't wait. Let's talk about it in several hours from now. And with that, guys, I will hopefully talk to you on another stream and or video to come soon. And remember, the Force will be with you always. Peace, guys. It's about to come out in 7 minutes, Adam. Get ready.